This man wandering in Mexico's most secure jail is not an ordinary man, but the world's largest and most dangerous drug smuggler, El Chapo. Special CCTV cameras have been installed in his cell, with the help of which he is watched 24 hours a day. There is no light bulb or window in his cell, there is only a shower area in the corner. Interestingly, despite having so much security and surveillance, El Chapo walks towards the shower area and is not seen by the security staff again. After half an hour, when he suspected, he went inside the cell, but the world's largest drug smuggler ran away. After all, where and how did he run away? Let's take a look at El Chapo's life and his escape. Welcome back to Mr. Dar's videos. In 1957, El Chapo, who was born in a small town in Guadalajara, Mexico, is actually named Joaquín Guzmán. But later he gave himself the name El Chapo. He inherited his habit of drug trading. His father, who was also a small drug dealer, threw El Chapo out of the house at a young age. El Chapo had no job to make a living. And even when he couldn't find anything, he started selling drugs. He started growing drugs at the age of 15. He would choose a deserted area for himself and start growing marijuana there. Gradually, his drug trading increased so much that the big drug dealers in Mexico wanted to include him in their gang. In the mid-1970s, he joined a drug trading gang called El Cuero Palma. In this gang, he used to supervise drug smuggling. And he was so strict in his work that whenever there was a delay or any mistake, he would kill the dealer. In the 1980s, he joined the gang of the famous drug dealer El Padrino Gallardo. This gang was the largest drug trading gang in Mexico. El Chapo was also given the responsibility of logistics and drug shipment in this gang. His job was to keep an eye on drugs coming from Colombia to Mexico. But in 1989, the gang's leader Gallardo was caught by the agencies and the gang broke up. Taking advantage of the situation, El Chapo created his own gang, which he named the Sinaloa Cartel. Now, drugs were delivered from two ways in America. Most drugs came from the Caribbean and the other way was the Mexican border. The American agencies had their entire focus on the Caribbean and many drug dealers and gangs had been caught. El Chapo took advantage of this and started delivering drugs to the USA using different channels. He grew a lot of drugs, including methamphetamine, heroin, ecstasy, cocaine, and marijuana, which gave him a lot of profit. That's why he focused more on these drugs, but it wasn't that easy to deliver drugs to the USA. And for this, he did this with a lot of cunning. In the beginning, he smuggled drugs that didn't smell much, such as cocaine. He smuggled it by hiding it in fire extinguishers, chili pepper cans, or in the rims of the car, which even dogs who smelled drugs could not detect. But the problem was that drugs other than cocaine could not be smuggled in this way. That's why he adopted a method that became his identity. And that method was tunnels. He invested millions of dollars to hire experts and build tunnels under the ground, in which the entire system of electricity and ventilation was present. And through those tunnels, he started smuggling drugs to the USA. In 1990, the officers of the Federal Bureau of Investigation were surprised when they found El Chapo's first tunnel. That tunnel was 300 feet long and it had a complete arrangement of electricity. The tunnel used to pass through a house that used to be El Chapo's safe house. And in case of emergency, he could run through this tunnel. El Chapo knew all the rules of this business. That's why even after trying a million times, he couldn't get caught. In November 2010, another tunnel was found in Otay Mesa, which had the same facilities. But in addition to this, a rail system was also installed on the ground, through which drugs were transported during construction. In 2012, another tunnel was found in Tijuana. In 2013, another tunnel was found in Otay Mesa. Seeing his amazing skill, El Chapo and his gang were called the King of Tunnels. He made his tunnels so deep that even the ground-penetrating radar machine could not detect it. And he cleverly hid the entrance of the tunnel, like a bathroom tub or under the toilet. Before making the tunnels, he carefully chose the place. He decided to do most of the smuggling from Otay Mesa, a city in California on the US-Mexico border. He chose Otay Mesa for 3 reasons. First, Otay Mesa was close to 2 major transport hubs, Tijuana and San Diego. And it was very easy to transport drugs to agents because of these hubs. Second, it was an industrial area where there were many factories. And the noise of the factories' heavy machines and traffic was loud, so it was easy to dig tunnels here. Because the noise of mining was hidden in the noise of the factories. And the third reason is the soil here. Because on one side of this city is the sea, which keeps the soil here very soft, so it was very easy to mine here. While on the other side are the mountains, which also give strength to the soft soil. And because of this, the tunnels did not collapse. In other words, this city was ideal for the tunnels of El Chapo. On June 9, 1993, the Mexican authorities finally caught El Chapo and sentenced him to 20 years in prison. But this jail was also building his office for him. He would bribe the jail staff and get every facility for himself. And he would also arrange his business meetings so that his work would continue. In 2001, the Supreme Court of Mexico made a decision, after which the process of exchange of prisoners between the United States and Mexico became easy. El Chapo knew that the U.S. government would imprison him at any cost due to drug smuggling in the USA. And then it would not be easy to get out of there. That's why El Chapo made a plan to escape from Mexico for the first time. He bribed the jail guards for $2.5 million and escaped from jail in a laundry basket. For the next 13 years, he continued his tunnels, drug trade and other crimes without being caught by the USA and the Mexican government. But after 13 years of hard work, the Mexican agencies found out his exact location and raided his house. Even this time, he managed to escape. He entered a secret tunnel under the bathtub in the bathroom, but the authorities did not let him go far. And finally, he was caught again. Now he was sent to Mexico's safest jail, Altiplano Maximum Security Prison, and special attention was paid to him. But only a year later, on July 11, 2015, when he was walking in his cell, at 8:50 at night, he was last seen near the shower area. In his cell, there was only a shower area that was hidden from the camera. About half an hour later, when he was not seen on the camera, a lockup was opened to check the cell. By the time the guards went inside, El Chapo was gone. He cleverly dug a tunnel by enlarging the gutter of the shower area, which was connected to a large tunnel below. This tunnel opened up to a nearby construction site 1.5 kilometers away. The tunnel, 33 feet below the ground and 5 feet 7 inches wide, was so large that a person could easily pass through it. But this time his freedom was not very long. On January 8, 2016, the Mexican Marines attacked his safe house again in Los Mochis, and after intense struggle, he was caught again. This time the Mexican government did not want to take much risk, so in 2017, El Chapo was handed over to the United States government, where he is serving a life sentence in Supermax Prison, Colorado. But the reality is that no matter how much security there is, the American government is always afraid that El Chapo may escape again. I hope you will like and share this video. See you in the next great video.